Hello guys, Brad here again with another fragrance review. Today, let's look at a fragrance from the house of Joe Malone. This one is called English Oak and Hazelnut, a 2017 release and classified as a woody spicy. And the note breakdown, very simplistic here. Top notes of hazelnut, middle notes of cedarwood, and a base of oak. I was on the internet one day. I was just checking different lists to see what people were recommending as a good fall fragrance for the fall of 2022, and this one was actually brought up by one or two different people, so I thought I'd give it a try. And I've had some good experience with Joe Malone fragrances in the past, specifically Wood Sage and Sea Salt, which is one of my favorite aquatic fragrances, and I have a small bottle of that one in my collection, and I really enjoy wearing that from time to time. But let's talk about English Oak and Hazelnut. It's a woody fragrance, that's for sure, no doubt about that. But it's a little bit different than your typical woody fragrance, and I think because it uses a wood note called oak, which isn't commonly seen in men's fragrances for some reason. I'm not sure if it's just a rare note or if it's just not a pleasing note or what the deal is, but you don't see oak very often in men's fragrances. I think when I think of oak, the first thing that usually comes to my mind is a body wash by Bath & Body Works called Oak, which I used to like wearing back in the day before they stopped making it. But this one, usually when I wear this one, the first thing that comes to my nose is this sour accord. It's weird now, I'm not really smelling it, but for the most part, it comes across as a bit sour sometimes. Almost like a rhubarb type sourness, and which is kind of weird because if it would have been called rhubarb and hazelnut or English oak and rhubarb, I would have been like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But when it's just coming across as sour with a name like English oak and hazelnut, it just seems a little bit weird to me. But it is woody beneath that. It's just that usually I pick up on this sour accord, so I would definitely recommend checking it out on your skin first to see how that goes. But it's a unique smell, but a little bit different. It's not really what I would call nutty. You see the hazelnut and you think, oh, it's going to have a really nutty smell too, but not really that nutty. And a lot of people do say, well, it doesn't really smell like a nut to me. It's more just like a woody smell. But it is a unique woody smell because oak is quite different than a lot of other wood notes. And cedar is the mid, but I think you do get more of the oak because it doesn't really smell like a generalized generic cedarwood fragrance. So if you're into woody fragrances, definitely test this one out. I got 5 samples on eBay for about $20. I've already used one, and I'm over halfway through my second sample. So let's get into some scores here. The smell, I'm going to give it about a 6 out of 10, unfortunately, because I think that sour accord really just sort of throws it off for me. I think if they could have done something to maybe tame the sourness here. And what's interesting is I wasn't really sure why it was smelling sour to my nose, and I thought, well, the hazelnut, according to base notes, is a green hazelnut, so maybe that's part of it. It's like a greener hazelnut, so it gives it more of a bitter quality or slightly sour quality. Then I did some research on oak, and I hear that oak can smell sour, almost like vinegar in some cases when you cut it up. So maybe that's why oak wood isn't very popular in men's fragrances, because it can be a little bit strange smelling compared to more pleasing woods that people are more likely to have, like sandalwood and cedarwood. But definitely different and worth checking out if you're a fan of woodiness. Moving on here to the versatility, I'm going to say 7 out of 10. A lot of people say a great fall choice, and I can certainly see that, but I don't see any reason why you couldn't wear it year-round if you just love woody smells. This one's pretty good for something a little bit different. Protection longevity, we'll say 3 to 5 hours. Joe Malone fragrances are generally not powerhouses. They're low, moderate projection. So we'll say 3 to 5 hours, 6.5 out of 10. Uniqueness, I'll say 7.5 out of 10, because oak is a very different smelling type of wood than other types of woods, I think. Not quite as exotic as oud, but certainly a bit more interesting and different than your general sandalwood and cedarwood. price point. Fragrance Net actually has 3.4 ounce unboxed bottles for $114.59. Overall, for me, I'll give a 6 out of 10 because usually I pick up on this sourness, which throws it off a little bit for me. But if you took that away, or if you're not picking up on the sourness and getting more of a straightforward oak smell, I think you will want to try this one out if you like woody fragrances. So that's my thoughts on Joe Malone's English Oak and Hazelnut. Good luck to the Steelers tomorrow. TJ Watt, I'm counting on you to get a few sacks and really help us out this season, maybe even squeeze into that playoff position. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.